We're back with another test in this video. This time I'm going to be testing a setup with growing pots, with drying racks, and with the use of the additives, which is going to be like, speed grow that makes your plant grow 50%, but also reduces the plant quality. You have PGR that increases the yield, so how much of the leaves that you get at the end, but also decreases the quality. And then finally, fertilizer that actually increases the quality of the plants to see how this works. So I've got 3 setups over here. And essentially the goal is to try get them to be as high quality as possible. The quality that we're aiming for is the purple one. Currently where the game is right now in the last 2 regions, the highest quality of product that you actually need is only the purple quality. They will accept purple no matter what. Nobody needs the heavenly yellow quality that you can make over here. Though those are great for giving out as samples because it has a higher percentage chance of getting a customer to be, well, a customer. But you do not need this for your main production lines. So in this video, we're testing how quickly we can grow product to the purple high quality as fast as possible using different methods. So the first method over here is the tried and tested method that I've used a lot. So this one is just coca seeds, extra long life soil, and fertilizer. This immediately makes the quality of the product to high quality. So that it means as soon as the botanist is like harvesting the plants and putting the leaves in the storage, it's already going to be the quality that we need it to be. In our second example over here, run by a different botanist, is going to have coca seeds, extra long life soil, fertilizer as well to increase the quality, but we're going to end up decreasing the quality to go for speed grow, which makes the plant grow 50% faster. So the plants are going to be growing a whole lot quicker. But because it decreases the quality, we have 2 drying racks over here. So 3 pots are going to supply this drying rack, 3 pots are going to supply this drying rack, and then this will dry it from whichever lower quality that it gets to the purple. And once it goes from purple, it's going to go into the storage. So we're going to see if this is faster than this, or if this is faster than this. And then we have a third example. This one is for the boys, the people who still love them AirPods, who've been telling me in the comments that I've been using it wrong and you got to use like watering things and this, I guess, too much activities for the botanist. We're going to try something with this one, right? So ideally, you'd probably try this with the moisture preserving pots, but we're going to use it for ultimate speed. We want to make this one as fast as possible because it's only 4 pots. We're also going to be using every single additive. So coca seeds, extra long life soil, but this time with fertilizer, with PGR, which increases the yield, so like how many leaves we're going to get per pot, as well as speed grow to instantly grow it by 50%, so it's super fast. And then each pot here is going to be going into its own drying rack over here, which is going to dry it to the purple quality and then make its way to the storage shelf over here, seeing if that's going to be quick or not. Now we've got a botanist assigned to each station with 8 activities for each of them, and I'm going to pay them all at the same time and see what the results are. So we're going to go ahead and pay these employees all at the exact same time. Somebody said that if I pay them just before 4 a.m. or at 4 a.m. when the time pauses in the game, because they won't start working at this time, I believe. I'm not sure if that's entirely true. They'll only accept their payment from tomorrow, I think. Actually, that's true. They don't start working. So as soon as I sleep, the next day they will all begin at the exact same time so that we can know that they're on the exact same footing. So all the employees have been paid and all I got to do is sleep now so that they all start at the exact same time and we can see which one is going to go the fastest. Alrighty, it's a new day and you can see all of them are getting to work. The 3 botanists all starting at the exact same time. This is going to be super interesting to see how this is going to affect the yield of the product in high quality. So immediately off the bat here, you can see the left-hand side is still pretty much growing and putting all the things in here. The fertilizer right now, they're, still just starting. But if you look at the right-hand side with the speed grow, these things are moving, dude. 68%, 73%. This is actually going quite quick. That's actually really cool. It's like going super fast. We have the other side over here. Damn, making a fucking mess. But look how many freaking things are in here, dude. It's so colorful. 83%, 82%, 79%. Hopefully this outbeats the watering timer because the initial issue with AirPods is that they need to be watered so often that it kind of ends up not growing when you have them working on so many pots. So hopefully this makes a difference with that. So we're testing that as well in this instance to see if it makes a huge difference. Honestly, I do feel like, this thing could use some watering right now, like why the botanist is just standing outside doing nothing, where I feel like they could be coded to be like watering once these things go past like that halfway mark, instead of waiting for it to like run out of water and then watering it. It feels it feels strange that it's like coded like that they're just standing doing nothing while it empties out. Maybe that's the problem with AirPods. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. The curfew alarm has just gone off. I'm going to be sleeping at this curfew alarm because I think most people in the game by this point would naturally go to sleep. I know when I've been playing, I usually just hit the sack at night unless I'm still busy building or something. So we're going to sleep and let the day start over and begin again. This, of course, is going to affect plant growth. So plants will actually grow over sleeping, but they will need some watering. So this is going to insta-grow some of the ones that were near completion. Looks like this side is ready to be harvested, as well as the back end over here with the AirPods have to be harvested and placed into the drying racks. Nothing has made it to the shelves just as yet on day 2 at the beginning. All right, so we're at halfway through the second day, and you can already see that the initial farm that I use on the left-hand side with just the fertilizer with 8 pots is already stocking the end shelf here, and we have 18 premium products already right in there. So it's doing faster right off the bat over here, getting products onto the shelves and ready to go. Whereas the right-hand side is still stacking drying racks and the AirPods side is still stacking drying racks. I did notice an issue here because they're so busy with the pots that they actually don't press the dry button on the drying racks. Like they have to finish all their activities with the pots first, all the watering, and then start. Like you can see here, he's only now stacking the drying rack with the leaves to start drying them. So he's like super behind. One thing I did notice that was very interesting is that this side over here that's only using fertilizer and speed grow has the standard quality, which is what I expected because it lowers one quality and then raises up with the fertilizer. But at the back over here, we have both PGR and speed grow, which both decrease the quality of your product. And then it has fertilizer to try even it out. But you would think that like this is going to decrease at 2 levels of quality. Surprisingly not, because if you go in here and you look, you still get standard quality. Standard quality using fertilizer, PGR, and speed grow. Whereas if you use just speed grow and fertilizer, you get standard quality as well. Which means that you can use speed grow and PGR with this farm on the right-hand side, which actually would have increased our yield by a decent amount. Instead of 9 leaves, you would be getting 16 per every single pot that you harvest. We'll do some math at the end to calculate how much a difference that will make towards the end of the video when we count the storage amount. All right, so it's the end of day 2. The curfew alarm has just gone off, and what we're gonna go ahead and do is check the progress. So you can see here, right-hand side, nothing. The back side, nothing. Left-hand side has already got 58 products on the shelves already to be processed. That is at the end of day 2. So if you're looking for a product really quickly, the left-hand side is the way to go. Let's go ahead and sleep and reset the day and see how it fares tomorrow. This is going to be a big day because the drying racks for the first time are going to be emptied and stacked onto the shelves. And we can see whether we have enough product to compete with the left-hand side or if the left-hand side is just more efficient. As you can see, all 3 shelves in the middle have product on, starting with our main one, which is this basic farm on the left-hand side. They have, it looks like 98 product stacked on the shelves, 98. Very good. If you look at the right-hand side, they have only 40. So only 40 and a whole lot of bottleneck going on here. This layout could definitely be built a different way, but keep in mind, because we could have been using the extra PGR over here as well. So if we take this 40 and we add on the additional amount that the PGR would make, which is an additional 77.78% higher, which actually puts this value at 71. So we have 71 products in here theoretically. And for our AirPod setup over here, you can see here we have 72 product stored in. So this is actually, this side is performing better than the right-hand side over here, but it is not performing as well as the main side here, which she's already stacked it over like 118 already. 118, left-hand side is just keeping a consistent lead, but we'll see how it goes. On day 3, left-hand side is still winning. There's the curfew alarm. That means it's time to sleep. Let's sleep and see our final day, day 4, if anything changes. All right, it's time to wrap up this experiment and let's see how much final product is in the shelves right at the very end here. Starting with the left-hand side, the one that has been running smoothly. Right now they have pretty much almost an entire storage full of product. which puts us at what, 158 ready leaves that are good for production. And if we have a look at the air pots at the back over here, right now there's nothing left in the drying racks. You can see everything is empty here. I did help him move some of it across to the shelf over here. So his total amount is 152. He's actually catching up. In the last 2 days, he's actually been putting more product in here than the main farm is on the left. So he's actually going faster and faster over time. And if we look at our final one on the right-hand side, let's see anything in the drying racks ready. Looks like nothing's ready over there. But in the storage over here, we have 80 product. Now remember, we have to take 80 and we have to plus 77.78% to it to get the true value, which is 142. So 142, a lot less than the other two shelves. That was if this side was using PGR as a additive to the plants. So from these stats over here, the left-hand side is still faster, especially within the first 4 days. It's a very consistent growth. And if you look at the amount of plants that are ready to be harvested in a short while, it's actually going to gain a bigger lead over the air pots, which is a close second right now. It's sped up a lot on day 3 and day 4, but the left-hand side is just simpler, more convenient, and it's just adding product more consistently to the shelf, which is exactly what you need for your factories. You need product consistently for every time they're not cooking, not like getting product every like 3rd or 4th day. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and thank you so much for watching this experiment. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.